Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about personal pronouns and possessive pronouns, and we're going to do a short quiz on how to use them. Let's get started. Okay, I want to begin by talking about personal pronouns. Over here I have the subject and object personal pronouns. So there are two types in this side. So first, a subject pronoun. We should use the subject pronoun when the pronoun acts as the subject of the clause. So remember, the subject of a clause is like the person or the thing that's doing some action, or there's something happening, and the subject is the thing that's doing that. So it's like they're the actor, kind of. Then, the object pronoun. We should use the object pronoun when it's the object of a verb. So remember, the object of a verb is the person or the thing that's like receiving some action. So that means there's someone or something doing an action, the subject, and there's something receiving the action, that's the object. So we have subject pronouns and object pronouns. Let's look at this list then. So, when the subject of the sentence, or the subject is I, we use the I personal pronoun. But when it's acting as the object receiving something, we use me. We'll see this in an example sentence in just a moment. The subject pronoun for a group of people is we. The object pronoun is us. For a man, the subject pronoun he, a singular man. The object pronoun him. For a woman, the subject pronoun is she. The object pronoun is her. For a group of people away from us, not connected to us, the subject pronoun is they. When there's the object, it's them. The last two on this list are you and it. I have them in the subject pronoun column here, but you and it are also the object pronouns. So that means there's no change here. So subject or object, you or it, they're the same. There's no change. So now let's try to use these in a quiz. So I made a few sample sentences that use subjects and objects. So let's use the correct pronouns to finish these sentences. The first one, I or me gave he or him a pen. Okay, so here I have this verb gave. Let's begin here. That means the subject of the sentence is here. I have these two pronouns to choose from, I or me. I know that this is in the subject position because there's something happening. There's a verb here, and there's something like something receiving the action later in the sentence. So if I look here, I find my subject pronoun, I. I know that I is the correct answer here. So I gave. Here I have he or him to choose from. I know that here, because it's following the verb, I know that this is something receiving an action. That means it's the object of this verb. So when my choices are he and him, I can look over here and find the object pronoun. The answer then is him. So I gave him a pen is the correct sentence. Let's look at another example. She or her told I or me the news. So again, we have this subject at the beginning of the sentence, our verb told, and some object, I or me. So to decide which is correct here, she or her, let's look at the chart. Subject, she. So we know that she is the correct answer here. She told I or me. So again, this is the object of the verb told, the thing that's receiving the action. So we should look over here and find the object. In the object column is me. She told me the news is the correct sentence. Okay, on to the next one. They or them took we or us to the park. Okay, so here, subject, verb is took, object is over here. So they or them subject, let's look in the column. We see they is the subject pronoun here. So they took, we or us. So here is my object. If I look over here, I find us is in the object column over here. So they took us to the park is the correct sentence. Okay, let's look at the last one here. You helped they or them with homework. So this is a question. Here we don't need to make a decision because the subject is you. So we know that you does not change. If it's the subject, it's you. If it's the object, it's you. So there's no choice to make here, you. So you helped. The object, however, does require we make a choice. You helped they or you helped them. So here we see the object is them in this case. So the final sentence is you helped them with homework. So this is a simple way to show how to decide which pronoun to use. Is it the subject or the object of your clause? Okay, so with this in mind, let's continue to a different set of pronouns that might be commonly related to these pronouns or commonly used together with these pronouns. These are dependent and independent possessive pronouns. So what does this mean? First, a dependent possessive pronoun needs to be used with a noun, together with a noun. You'll often see it just before the noun, as we'll see in some example sentences. An independent possessive pronoun does not need a noun. So an independent possessive pronoun takes the place of a noun and adds possession. So it means the noun plus like ownership, some kind of possessive meaning. So let's take a look at what this means. So I talked about over here these subject and object pronouns, depending on if it's myself, a group of people we're part of, a man or a woman or people outside us. We can apply that to possessive pronouns now here too. So if I want to say something belongs to me, I can use my for a dependent possessive pronoun or mine for an independent possessive pronoun. If I want to talk about something belonging to a group of people that I'm connected to, the dependent is our, the independent is ours. If I want to talk about something belonging to a man, I can use his. You'll notice there's no independent one here. We use the same pronoun for dependent and independent, so there's no change in this case. If I want to talk about something belonging to a woman, I can use her for a dependent and hers for the independent pronoun. For something belonging to a group of people I'm not connected to, I can say it's their for a dependent pronoun and theirs for the independent pronoun. Next, something belonging to you. If I want to use the dependent version, I say it's your something. To talk with an independent pronoun, I would use yours. Finally, it's something belonging to an object would be its. So there's no change between dependent and independent pronouns. So let's practice now using these. So what's the difference between using a dependent or an independent pronoun? Actually, in terms of meaning, there generally isn't such a big difference. It's up to you to decide if you prefer to use a dependent or an independent one. Let's take a look. This is my or mine pen. This is my or mine pen. So how do we decide here? We know that independent pronouns take the place of a noun, like we talked about here. They take the place of a noun and they add possession. So we see a noun here, pen. Pen is my noun. So I know that an independent pronoun should not be used here because I see the noun. I can't use the noun together with the independent pronoun like this, just before the noun. So I know that it has to be the dependent one. So this is my pen, not this is mine pen. I could say this pen is mine, that's okay, because it's like saying this pen is my pen, kind of. So it sounds a little bit redundant. Redundant means like repetitive or repeating. But when we're using it before the noun, we should use the dependent pronoun. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Is that bag her or hers? Here, a big hint is that the pronoun comes after the noun. Here we see bag is the noun. I see her, my dependent pronoun, which comes before the noun, and I see hers, the independent pronoun. So I know that it should be this one because it's not placed before the noun, and it's like taking the place of the noun. I could say like, is that bag her bag, for example, but is that bag hers? It implies possession and that we're still talking about the bag there. Okay, let's move along to the next one. Similar pattern. Which one of these is your or yours? So this is a common sentence, actually, a common question. Which one of these? So these stands in for a group of objects. So for example, drinks, or it could be shirts, or pens, for example, books. Which one of these objects here, is yours? So again, there's nothing before my noun here. I don't have something that's coming before my noun. Instead, it's following. So which one of these is yours? We need to use the independent one here because it's not coming before the noun. So which one of these is yours? Don't forget that S sound as well. Okay, one more example. I completely forgot our or ours keys. So here, my noun, keys. Keys is the noun, and our big hint, the pronoun comes before the noun. So I know it should be the dependent pronoun, which is our in this case. I completely forgot our keys here. Okay, so this is a quick introduction to possessive pronouns and to personal pronouns with subject and object. So I hope that this is helpful for you in figuring out how to choose which pronoun to use. I know there are a lot of them, but I think some good things that you can do to practice this are reading, actually, is the big one. Reading, and also just try to make your own sentences. I think a lot of these very simple everyday sentences can help with this. If you have any questions or comments, or if you want to practice making some sentences with this grammar point, please feel free to do so in the comment section of this video. Of course, if you like the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check us out at EnglishClass101.com for some other things that can help you with your English studies. Thanks very much for watching this lesson, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.